As you may know, Hypixel has many lobbies, and with them they've added parkour courses. In this video I'm going to be giving my thoughts on all of them. Make sure to watch to the end if you want to see them all. The main lobby is like a short introductory course with some various easy jumps. It starts off easy, but the jumps slowly get smaller as you climb up. Once you get to checkpoint 2 in just a second, the poles become really small and you have to get up. They're not really that hard though. They're only 1 block wide. They can get smaller. Anyways, you go through this cave with some cobwebs on the walls, and then you go to this big open area with some sea lantern jumps with andesite. Circle around, get to the end, climb up the ladder, and then you should be all set. You can jump back and run down. The prototype lobby parkour is a big stone brick industrial area with some sea lanterns for lights. Go up the stairs and you'll find this red carpeted area with quartz. You'll see a skull on the ground, kind of sinister. Keep going and you'll find some more andesite platforms in this big open area with birch walls. Then there's this snowy area, very short-lived, more andesite, continuing around. This kind of represents the industrial theme of the prototype lobby. Anyway, it's a pretty nice course, but very short. The Bed Wars parkour is split up into different islands, kind of representing the theme of how Bed Wars is laid out. There's some spruce plank jumps as you make your way up this railway, kind of like a mining area. More island jumps with flowers on them, and then you have this big leap down to the pirate ship. The pirate ship is really cool. It kind of reminds me of one Bed Wars map. You have a big leap of faith, kind of like this, as you keep going. This area gets pretty difficult, with some jumps like this, kind of a callback to the beginning, but it's pretty much free reign after that. It's a very short course as well. The Sky Wars course starts off in this cavern with jungle leaves and a big lake and river. You go across and you slowly make your way to the second checkpoint. Then it gets kind of confusing here. You have all these different jungle platforms and you can't really tell where you're going. But I eventually figured out you go down there. You make your way through this small cave. Looks ancient. Keep going. And then there's a big hole to the sky. Now this looks like Sky Wars. You go up the steps and you're already done. The murder mystery parkour starts off in a dark hedge maze as you make your way to the entrance of this manor. There's some 2x2 platforms which will become a recurring theme in this open area. You go through a little green tunnel and then you're out to this hallway of sorts with more 2x2 platforms. Go down or fall like I did. Keep going and you get in through the green cave. More 2x2 platforms. This is the biggest area, I believe. Keep going with some torches. Another green cave. This kind of gives off the creepy vibes of not knowing who the murderer is, even though that's not usually very creepy, but it looks like a manor that there would be a murderer in. There's some emeralds on the wall, another green cave, and that's the end. The housing parkour is very long. It's one of the longest that there is. There's a lot of sandstone jumps. You keep doing these sandstone jumps until you go down to this tunnel. It's kind of like a highway tunnel. Keep going through and you will make it to this dark area which comes up ahead. Second checkpoint. Big dark area. This is a very much like a floating city. Kind of fits for the housing theme with all these different houses and buildings and stuff. But you keep going across with all of these sandstone jumps, and now you get to this sandstone stair spam with some creative platform design. This can be pretty fun to do. It's one of the more interesting parts. You do some sandstone plank jumps, kind of like scaffolding. You run across this big area with arrows pointing where to go, and there's more sandstone jumps. Hypixel was really keen on spamming these. There's a big pirate ship coming up ahead. Run across the pirate ship. Take a look around if you want. It is a pretty cool view. Jump across, iron platform guides you where to go. You go through this hole, go down here, and there's a big hallway that you run across. go up the steps, and then there's more sandstone spam. They really couldn't get enough of these, could they? I feel like they definitely use World Edit for some of this. As you can see, I'm going to fall a lot on these areas. I challenge you to do this without checkpoints. It's probably incredibly annoying. I mean, if you're semi-average at parkour, like I am, that is. If you're really good, this probably won't be a problem for you. But it can be kind of a nuisance when you keep falling on stupid things just because of how repetitive. Anyway, I finally make it to a winning run. After countless fails at this section, well, I'm kind of exaggerating, it didn't take that long, but eventually you'll get past it through trial and error, like so. Make your way across, through these jumps, same thing over and over again. I've got to admit, this is one of the less creative parkour courses, but I don't hate it, it's still pretty fun. Another pirate ship, and now you're done. The arcade games parkour is one of my personal favorites. It really fits in with the theme of the arcade games. This totally feels like I'm inside Pac-Man right now. Lots of small jumps. Anyways, get through this hole, and you'll find this nice grassy area. This is kind of a Mario-themed area, if you can't tell, because of the green pipes and piranha plants. That gold, I just realized that gold block is totally supposed to look like a lucky block. Anyway, go across the bricks. You can see that castle up ahead is our destination with the flag. Go across, do a jump to there, go up, go down, etc. And then get through the Mario pipe with the vines. Big fall, and then you get to this ghosts area. This is a continuation of the first one. Some red and blue platforms with sea lanterns below them occasionally, and then you kind of have to figure out where you're going, and it's actually a jump down. Checkpoint 4. I don't exactly recognize what game this is about, but forgive me. Anyway, keep going across, you can see there's a pipe, and you go up this ladder. A bit of a long climb, but not really a big deal. Some more jumps, then you get to checkpoint 5, some glass pane jumps. Somewhat difficult, but not really, because they're right next to a wall. It's pretty hard to fall through them. I don't even know if you can. White platforms. I like the arcade machine on the wall here. Slowly make your way up. I have a lot of nostalgia to this course. I used to play it a lot back in like 2015 or whatever. Pretty fun. Anyway. This course is a nice break. It's very easy and short, and it looks pretty awesome. This is the build battle course. You've got some nice icy mountain that you're going across here, and I wouldn't say this exactly fits build battle, but this area certainly does. You can see this kind of like a factory, because if you look to the right in just a second, you can see all these different builds. Very fitting. I like that touch. Keep going across, and you're very close to the end. You're already at the end. Nice course. Good job. Now for the Duels course. This course very much fits the Duels theme. Kind of industrial. I think I could see some numbers on the wall. I think that's supposed to seem like a countdown or something. This fits with a lot of the Duels maps. I like it. Pretty nice course. Make your way through this diorite platform area. Climb up, and then you get up here, checkpoint 2, turn around. It's mostly just diorite platform spam. Kind of like the housing parkour, but it's diorite. Checkpoint 3, a nice bus in the air or something. I don't even know what that is. Make your way across here. Yeah, these are like buses or something, spaceships. You're done. Here we go. UHC Champions. This is literally the hardest course. This is very difficult, and I think it reflects the theme of UHC very well. Ultra hardcore parkour. It even tricked me into going the wrong way. Nevertheless, I figured it out. Make your way across here. This is pretty easy in the beginning, but trust me, it gets hard. You have some platforms. Everything's nether brick related. Go through like a nether portal. I like that design, by the way. And then this is the hard part, okay? You got a big spire here with some cobblestone walls. Make your way up on these very small platforms compared to other courses. I'm not saying, I'm not saying that this is like the hardest parkour in the world, but it is the hardest Hypixel parkour course that I could find. Go up the ladder, turn around, and I got tricked a couple times on this one. You see, I was making my way across here. Actually, you know what? I'm mentioning this too early. I'll tell you in a second. Okay. Jumps across. You can see I'm struggling with this because, well, for one, I'm not that good, but two, this is a very difficult course for Hypixel parkour. Make your way across. This is a tough jump. I failed this too many times to count. Going across, slowly but steadily. You can see this is like a big hellscape with lava everywhere. I really do like the design. It's quite fitting. Checkpoint 3 still. I am not having the best day on this course. That's what I'll say. Anyway, going across slowly. Hopefully I actually make it this time. Nope, still not. And we're halfway. It's hilarious to think how long this took me, but it's actually a pretty hard course. I would say this was the hardest of all the courses I tried, and I got tricked. Watch this. I jumped straight ahead in a second when I'm not supposed to. Yup, I just have to do it over again. Can't believe how much time I wasted. That was pointless. And I failed the jump and realized the grave mistake I made. Luckily, I did it very quickly after, though. Finishing up with these jumps. Almost done with the spire. Sorry about how long that took. If you're still watching at this point, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and you'll instantly become 9,000% cooler. Actually, that's a lie, but you know what? Who said that I can't lie in my videos? Okay, maybe I shouldn't, but, Anyway. Now I'm doing it. Continuing around. This is the tricky jump. And now for the big turn. Did it that time. And then now I realize that I can actually go up. Because it was so dark, I thought there was a roof at the top that made me think that I couldn't go up. Anyway, made it up onto the cobblestone walls. It was just so dark at the top, it looked like it was covered in like black wool or something to me. I guess my brightness wasn't exactly right. This is a big nether brick area. Back through the nether portal. Seems like we're back in the overworld. I really do like the touches they put. That's all for this one. Now for the TNT Games parkour. This totally fits the TNT Games. You've got some wood platforms, kind of like a canyon. This definitely is reminiscent of the Wild West. We've got some water, and I find it funny that they chose to make a river because that's water is the thing that will stop TNT from breaking blocks. So I just thought that was interesting, but it probably is meaningless. Jump down to checkpoint 2. Keep doing these wood platform jumps. Somewhat difficult, but not that hard. You've got a lever with redstone, and you'll see that wires up to TNT. I wonder if an admin came in here, if they flicked that lever. It would probably blow it up, wouldn't it? Unless they somehow made it unmovable. Anyway, next one. I love the classic games lobby. This is quite a nice break. Now, I'm not familiar with all of the classic games, but this first section kind of reminds me of the Sky Wars parkour. And obviously, Sky Wars isn't a classic game. But definitely, either Sky Wars was inspired by this, or this was inspired by Sky Wars, but I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. Now, this is a big open area. I think these all represent each classic game, which I thought was a cool touch. And I'm not too familiar with the classic games once again, so I couldn't really tell you for sure. But I know that they do because of this Turbo Kart Racers area. That is the one classic game that I am pretty familiar with. Big racetrack here with some platforms. Checkpoint 2 is just up ahead, or is that checkpoint 3? Checkpoint 2. Now this is the first one that I believe utilizes ice, so that's pretty cool detail. Going across, small ice jumps, and now we're about done. This area kind of reminds me of Vampire Z. I think that's the point with this area. These are tricky jumps, and then parkour end. Copscrims. The parkour for Copscrims really does fit with the theme in my opinion. It's sort of supposed to feel like a prison break or some kind of battleground. Pretty sure it's the former though. You can see there's cobwebs everywhere, oak fences, water lakes. You have to cross these iron bars. Pretty tricky. Make your way through, and then you're to the next area. Got some acacia jumps with the cobwebs. This is a pretty neat, it's not a maze, it's kind of like a line, cobweb line. Get through, more parkour, and then you have a big ladder area. Climb up the ladders, and then you'll get down here. You have to jump across that. And then jump over those cobwebs. Trying to figure out where to go here. You get through that, it's kind of like a maze. Chiseled stone bricks, checkpoint 4. Now these wood paths kind of utilize ice, you have to use them to increase your speed, and you're done with Copscrims. Now for the Blitz SG parkour. Honestly, I don't know much about Blitz SG, but this parkour is very medieval. It has some cobblestone jumps with some iron bars. Big medieval area with a table, torches, fire. This totally feels like a medieval place. Very, very short parkour course, though. You'll see in a second. I did have a couple fails, but they were pretty easy to get past once I realized what I was doing wrong. Almost there. Alright, now we're approaching the end. This one room basically holds most of the parkour course. Actually, the entire thing. Anyway, Mega Walls. The Mega Walls parkour totally fits the theme. It's a very encased and enclosed area with, well, tons of walls. I'm sure you couldn't guess what I was about to say. This is a pretty nice parkour course. Pretty old. It's enjoyable to do. You can see that a lot of the same jumps are being repeated in just different ways. And they have a lot of cobblestone walls. I'm sure you couldn't guess what I was about to say. But yes, I just realized now, that's pretty funny that they have cobblestone walls in the parkour for the walls. Anyway, we continue going on. We're in this kind of destroyed room. We get to the first checkpoint with some purple carpet. This is a much bigger room. The rooms and hallways keep getting bigger and expanding, so that's the cool thing I noticed about this room. Little intersection, and we get into this big boy hallway. Tons of jumps and platforms. You have to go down into here, do a little smaller room. This one actually took me a second to figure out what I was doing wrong, believe it or not. I actually ran around here because I was confused. And you'll see in a second that what you actually do is you have to jump on this thing at the corner. Like so. And then you can get up. Now at checkpoint 3, stone slab parkour. Neat. Okay. Having a couple fails here. But you get across. You know, those smooth stone slabs with the torches on top just feels like such a 2014 thing. Like, I don't know why. That just feels like so classic. Anyway, next. The Smash Heroes parkour totally reminds me of a superhero universe. You start off in this fairly modern mansion. I have a feeling that fighting ring is a reference to a movie of some kind, but I don't get the reference, unfortunately. However, once you make your way out of here, the end's kind of confusing because you don't expect to jump on there. You run around, and now you're in this big city. That stone wall can be a little tough. But actually, you know what? It's not really that tough. Then you get on this island, and you can see there's a fancy yacht over there that you're making your way to. Pretty cool. Jump down, get on the yacht, and be totally confused like I am. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to use my pressure plate again, run back, and then I figured out what I was doing wrong. You have to jump down here, if you can, and then go through the Mario pipe. Second course to include a Mario pipe. Actually, I feel like it's the third one, but I don't know. This area definitely does not fit the superhero theme, but pretty neat. I like the glowstone colored 3x3 platforms, you know. Anyway, make your way up, and then you come out the other Mario pipe. I did struggle a bit on this one because I kept getting caught in the cobwebs. Good thing I have this on a higher level of speed, because that would probably be really annoying to see. The annoying part is that I actually made it, but then I jumped down in the wrong place. And boom, here I go, I didn't finish the parkour course. So now, I have to use my iron pressure plate again, after being totally confused and not knowing where to go. And I have to do it over. But this time, I'm going to get stuck in cobwebs, because, well, I was being kind of dumb. That was fairly annoying, to say the least. But I did eventually make my way up and conquer the course after 2 cobweb fails. And here we go, I finally do it. Oh, no I don't. I guess I was wrong. I thought I might say now that I'm actually voice commentating over this. There we go. Anyway, stone platforms jumping across. This is a very cool watchtower. I totally did not have the... It's a lighthouse! How did I not have the word? Anyways, parkour challenge complete. Next, now it's time for the final one. There's actually another one that you could call lobby parkour, and that's the limbo lobby parkour. And limbo is basically a land the game sends you to when the servers have a glitch. But you see, the parkour there is so short and tiny, it's basically pointless. Anyway, this Warlords parkour, I've never played Warlords, or at least it's been a very long time. It starts off with a labyrinth, and then you find off some kind of mine. Then there's like this industrial stairs. This is basically a big mine. Pretty cool cave design, and then it's over. Alright everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you came all the way to the end, I really appreciate it, because the audience retention is pretty hard to keep up at a video like this. Anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.